Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Rob Pelinka more willing to invest in Lakers roster after Luka Doncic's Eurobasket breakout. The Los Angeles Lakers, led by GM Rob Pelinka, entered the summer of 2025 with a clear, calculated plan: build a contender around Luka Doncic while maintaining enough financial and roster flexibility to make a big move in one of the next two off-seasons. That's why only 4 of the team's 15 players are under guaranteed contracts beyond the 2025-26 season. But since that plan was first put in place, a lot has changed, mainly because Doncic has been on a tear. He's slimmed down noticeably, committed to the franchise with a 3-year extension, and led Slovenia on an improbable run to the Eurobasket quarterfinals, all while playing the best basketball of his career. In one of the most competitive international tournaments in the world, Doncic stood out as arguably the best player on the court. Pelinka saw all of it unfold firsthand, and it's clear that Luka's growth and leadership are reshaping how the Lakers are thinking about their next steps. Luka's performance at Eurobasket made one thing crystal clear to the basketball world: he belongs in that incredibly short list of players who can lay claim to being the best on the planet, Pelinka told ESPN's Dave McMenamin. When we talk about roster flexibility and optionality, it's not just about the future, it's about now. Having Luka, who might be the best player in the world, and LeBron James, who's still playing at an elite level even at his age, gives us a real reason to consider maximizing our window right now. That optionality Pelinka refers to includes a roster full of expiring contracts and valuable draft picks, assets the Lakers could package together in pursuit of another star-caliber player. As things stand, LA will head into training camp with 14 players, including Rui Hachimura, $18.3 million, Gabe Vincent, $11.5 million, and Maxi Kleber, $11 million, all on expiring deals. They also have first-round picks in 2031 or 2032 available for trade. And with Doncic now locked in long-term, league sources told ESPN that the Lakers are open to acquiring a player whose contract runs past 2026. If there's a smart way to pursue a championship this season, we'll do it, Pelinka said. We look at having Luka and LeBron on this roster as a special opportunity, and we're going to keep pushing to bring Banner No. 18 to this franchise. It's unclear exactly which players the Lakers are targeting, though league chatter recently linked them to Andrew Wiggins, one of the few potential targets under a longer contract. Still, this shift may just signal that Pelinka is now more aggressive and willing to strike if the right multi-year player becomes available. For now, the Lakers seem poised to enter the season as is, but that could change quickly. Luka Doncic still struggling to find closure with Mavericks' departure. Luka Doncic has been candid about how blindsided and hurt he was when the Dallas Mavericks traded him to the Lakers. Even though he's embraced his new chapter in LA, Dallas was home. He truly believed he would play his entire career in a Mavericks jersey. The Mavericks, for their part, pointed to concerns about Doncic's conditioning and inconsistent work ethic as reasons behind the difficult decision. While both sides have moved on publicly, the emotional weight of the split still lingers. Privately, Doncic admits he's not sure he'll ever find real closure. He knows that no matter how successful his Lakers run becomes, things will likely remain complicated when it comes to his history with Dallas. Continued, Lakers' shift in strategy signals bigger ambitions and more pressure. Around the league, executives have taken note of the Lakers' sudden willingness to spend and move assets more aggressively than initially expected. What was once a long-term measured approach is starting to look more urgent, and it's directly tied to Luka Doncic's rise in form and leadership. He's changed the timeline, said one Western Conference executive. The Lakers were prepared to take a slow build around Luka. Now, it looks like they realize he's already ready to win big, and they don't want to waste that. There's also a growing belief within the Lakers organization that the chemistry between Doncic and LeBron James has exceeded early expectations. Sources close to the team say both stars have been active in off-season workouts, and there's mutual respect that's fueling optimism behind closed doors. LeBron is mentoring him, but he's also learning from Luka, one team staffer said. There's a generational baton being passed here, but they're both still fighting for the same goal. This has influenced not just Pelinka's thinking, but the mindset of the entire front office. While the team was initially hesitant to give up future first-round picks, that hesitation has lessened in recent weeks. Internally, the focus has shifted to maximizing the next 2 seasons, while LeBron is still playing at a high level and Luka is entering his prime. Still, there's a fine line to walk. Making a big move too early, or for the wrong player, could compromise the depth and flexibility the Lakers fought to maintain. Pelinka is reportedly being cautious about preserving cap space beyond 2026 unless the right player becomes available. The team isn't just looking for short-term talent, but for someone who can grow alongside Doncic long-term. Meanwhile, the impact of Doncic's offseason has rippled beyond LA. His Eurobasket performance sparked conversations among scouts and GMs about his conditioning, maturity, and leadership growth. For a player whose commitment was occasionally questioned in Dallas, his transformation has turned heads. "He looks locked in a way we haven't seen before," said a European scout who followed Slovenia throughout the tournament. "He was leading teammates, playing through contact, and defending with intensity. That's the Luka everyone was waiting for." Back in Dallas, the mood remains tense. While Mavericks fans still show support for Doncic on social media, there's a clear sense of unfinished business. His emotional departure has created a fractured relationship between star and franchise, one that may never fully heal. Several close to the situation believe Doncic hasn't ruled out reconciliation at some point in the future, but the likelihood of a reunion remains slim, especially if he leads the Lakers to deep playoff success. For now though, the focus in Los Angeles is clear: build around Luka, capitalize on LeBron's remaining years, and make a serious push for championship No. 18. And with training camp around the corner, the message from the front office to the locker room is simple: the time to win is now. LeBron James on retirement, it's getting closer. But it's not here yet. LeBron James is entering a season unlike any other in NBA history. The moment he steps on the court for the Lakers in 2025-26, he will become the first player ever to play in 23 NBA seasons. That milestone alone is historic, but what makes it even more impressive is that he's still playing at an elite level, fresh off an All-NBA second-team selection and still widely considered one of the top 10 players in the league. And yet, as LeBron prepares for his 23rd year, at age 41, the inevitable question looms larger than ever: how much longer will he keep going? For the first time in his legendary career, LeBron is entering a season with an expiring contract, and he's set to become an unrestricted free agent in 2026. Naturally, speculation around retirement is reaching a peak, but James, as always, is keeping things grounded. "I know I'm on the other side of the hill. That's obvious," LeBron said in a recent interview with Complex. "Let's be real, I'm not playing another 23 years. I'm not playing another 10. I know the end is somewhere out there. I'm not there yet. But I'm super blessed to still be here." Year 23, another signature shoe, picked up golf. "Look, every time I pick up a new hobby, people start screaming retirement. It's just life. Just me enjoying it. Retirement is coming, it's closer. But it's not here." While he's not making any declarations, this might be the clearest sign yet that the finish line is in sight. For years, LeBron made it clear he wanted to stay in the league long enough to share the court with his son Bronny. That dream came true during the 2024-25 season when they made history as the first father-son duo to play in an NBA game together. Now that that milestone is behind him, the question becomes, what's next? Is it chasing one more title? Is it mentoring Bronny? Is it holding out long enough to play alongside his younger son Bryce? Or is it simply about enjoying the game for as long as his body and mind will let him? Right now, even LeBron admits, he doesn't have that answer. LeBron reflects on Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and changing dynamics. Beyond basketball, LeBron has always had one foot in the cultural conversation, and this past year, he found himself quietly caught in the crossfire of one of the biggest musical feuds in recent history. As Kendrick Lamar and Drake traded diss tracks in a war that shook the music world, fans, and even celebrities, were forced to pick sides. While LeBron and Drake have been close friends for over a decade, James made headlines when he appeared at Kendrick's now iconic The Pop-Out Show at the Kia Forum, which many interpreted as a subtle show of support for Lamar during the peak of the battle. Since then, Drake has hinted at feeling disappointed by certain people he expected to stand by him, a group that some believe includes LeBron. In a recent interview, LeBron addressed the situation with maturity and sincerity. "Drake and we're in different places right now. Doesn't mean there's no love," he said. There's always love. We've shared too much history for that to change. But life moves. People evolve. Moments like that make you reflect. LeBron's comments show a man who understands that relationships, like careers, go through phases. Just as he contemplates what's next on the court, he seems equally aware of how things shift off of it, gracefully accepting that some bonds grow, some fade, and some simply change form. As LeBron approaches the twilight of his career, the implications of his potential retirement ripple far beyond the basketball court. The Lakers franchise faces a significant crossroads. With LeBron's contract set to expire after the 2025-26 season, the team must prepare for a future that could soon be without one of the greatest players in NBA history. The looming question of LeBron's retirement has already influenced the Lakers' roster construction and strategic planning. Front office executives are balancing the desire to build a competitive team around both LeBron and Luka Doncic with the reality that this window may not remain open for long. The pressure to win another championship intensifies as the franchise seeks to capitalize on the remaining years of LeBron's prime while developing the young core. At the same time, the basketball world watches closely. LeBron's influence extends beyond his on-court achievements. His presence shapes league narratives, marketing, and fan engagement. The NBA faces the challenge of preparing for the post-LeBron era, a transition that will test the league's ability to maintain its global appeal without one of its most iconic figures. LeBron's candid remarks about retirement have also sparked widespread speculation among analysts, media, and fans. Some interpret his words as a signal that the 2025-26 season could be his last, while others believe he might continue playing beyond that, motivated by personal goals or family aspirations. Off the court, his evolving relationship with the music industry highlights the complex interplay between sports and culture. LeBron's long-standing friendship with Drake, contrasted with his subtle support for Kendrick Lamar during their public feud, reflects broader shifts within his personal and public life. This dynamic illustrates how athletes navigate their roles not only as sports figures, but also as cultural influencers. As LeBron moves forward, both he and the Lakers are at a pivotal moment. The decisions made in the coming months will shape the future of the franchise and the legacy of a player who has defined an era. Whether it's chasing one final title, mentoring the next generation, or stepping away to focus on new passions, LeBron's journey continues to captivate the world. Luka Doncic is already calling out Austin Reaves before training camp. The defensive duo of Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves is quickly becoming one of the most exciting and talented pairs in the entire NBA. While questions remain about their defensive chemistry, especially on that end of the floor, they proved last season that their offensive connection is a force to be reckoned with. Their mix of ball control, playmaking, shooting, and basketball IQ has the potential to dismantle any defense. With training camp for their first full season together with the Lakers just around the corner, both players have been pushing hard to be ready. Doncic's dominance was on full display during the 2025 FIBA Eurobasket tournament, while the Lakers recently shared photos of Reaves putting in work at the team's training facility. Doncic seemed pleased watching Reaves prepare, but there was one thing he couldn't let slide: Austin's hair. Responding to a social media post, the Lakers superstar guard jokingly urged his teammate to get a haircut, according to NBA on Prime Video. Clearly, Reaves let his hair grow out over the offseason, but as the season approaches, it looks like Doncic wants his defensive partner sharp, focused, and ready to go. This season is crucial for both of them as they aim to push the Lakers back into serious championship contention. For Luka, this marks his first full season with the franchise, and he was already in peak form halfway through last season during Eurobasket, even showing noticeable improvement on the defensive end. Now, as the undisputed face of the Lakers following his max contract extension, Doncic is stepping fully into the leadership role this team desperately needs. Reaves, meanwhile, is looking to build on the best season of his career and secure a new contract in the upcoming offseason. He was nearly an all-star last year and could make an even bigger leap if he continues to develop. There's no doubt he'll do everything in his power to make this his breakout year. Rob Pelinka more open to roster changes after witnessing Doncic's Eurobasket brilliance. At the moment, most analysts view the Lakers as just a step below the top-tier title contenders. But with one or two key moves, that gap could quickly close. And after watching Luka Doncic's exceptional performance at Eurobasket firsthand, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka appears more willing than ever to make the necessary changes, not down the line, but right now. The message is clear: the Lakers are ready to be bold, motivated by Doncic's growth and their shared championship ambitions. How they capitalize on this momentum in the coming weeks could define the direction of the franchise for years to come. With training camp rapidly approaching, the Lakers front office and coaching staff are under increased pressure to finalize a roster that can fully leverage the unique talents of Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. Their chemistry, while promising on offense, still leaves room for growth on the defensive end, a critical area if the team hopes to compete with elite championship contenders. Doncic's standout performance in the Eurobasket not only reinforced his status as a franchise cornerstone, but also served as a wake-up call for management. His ability to carry a team on the international stage showcased a level of maturity, leadership, and resilience that the Lakers are eager to build around. This has fueled Rob Pelinka's openness to making aggressive moves, potentially involving trades or strategic free agent signings, to accelerate the team's development. Meanwhile, Austin Reaves' trajectory adds an intriguing subplot to the Lakers' season. After establishing himself as a reliable scorer and playmaker last year, Reaves enters the campaign with the added motivation of proving he deserves a long-term role with the franchise. His continued improvement could be pivotal, not only as a complement to Doncic's style, but also as a stabilizing presence who can contribute on both ends of the floor. The potential impact of their partnership extends beyond the court. Fans and media alike are closely watching this duo, seeing them as symbols of a new Lakers era that blends youth with experience. How well they mesh will influence everything from ticket sales and viewership to the broader culture within the locker room. From a league perspective, the Lakers' renewed ambition sends a signal to Western Conference rivals. Teams like the Warriors, Nuggets, and Suns are expected to take notice of Los Angeles's growing urgency. If Pelinka follows through on his promise to be proactive, it could reshape the balance of power heading into the 2025-26 season. However, the window for these moves is tight. With salary cap constraints and the need to protect future draft assets, the Lakers must strike a delicate balance between immediate improvements and sustainable growth. The decisions made now could define not just this season but the trajectory of the franchise for years to come. In short, the stakes have never been higher for Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, and the Lakers organization. Their collective success or failure will determine if the team can return to championship contention or if it will face another rebuilding phase. All eyes will be on training camp as the Lakers embark on this pivotal chapter. Bronny James zeroes in on key area for growth after promising summer league stretch. After a slow start to the summer, Bronny James has turned his focus to developing a key area of his game, his ball handling and on-ball decision-making, following a mixed but encouraging summer league run with the Los Angeles Lakers. The 2025 offseason began quietly for the rookie guard, who missed the California Classic opener due to health issues stemming from a prior heart condition. Understandably, the Lakers took a cautious approach with his minutes early on. But as the games progressed, so did Bronny. By the time the Las Vegas Summer League rolled around, Bronny was beginning to show flashes of the player the Lakers hoped he could become. His conditioning improved, his confidence grew, and he started to look more comfortable attacking the basket and creating offense. He even unveiled a more fluid, reliable jump shot, a sign of the work he's been putting in behind the scenes. But perhaps the most significant development was the Lakers' decision to give him extended opportunities as a primary ball handler. While the results were mixed, with some struggles in decision-making and turnovers, it was an important step in his progression. And Bronny knows exactly where the focus needs to be moving forward. "I'm continuing to work on my game with the ball in my hands," he told Lakers.com's Mike Trudell. "Everything off the ball will flow naturally. But if I can stay confident bringing the ball up, knowing my role, and being able to play as a true guard when needed, I think I'll be just fine. I don't have any issue playing off the ball when that's needed. I actually enjoy that role too. But getting consistent reps with the ball is big for my development." Finding his fit in the Lakers system. Bronny projects more naturally as a combo guard, someone who can thrive off the ball, cut sharply, defend actively, and make smart reads. But the Lakers are wisely using this developmental window to expand his comfort zone, giving him reps in live action as a secondary playmaker and on-ball initiator. His progress late in the G League season with the South Bay Lakers gave the organization a glimpse of his potential. With more touches and more responsibility, Bronny began to find a rhythm, and that confidence translated into his summer league appearances. Now, the question becomes how he fits into J.J. Redick's regular season rotation. While the Lakers' off-season roster moves have created competition across the board, there's growing optimism that Bronny could carve out a role, especially with assistant coach Nate McMillan reportedly advocating for him to see court time. Nothing is guaranteed. But Bronny has already proven that he belongs in the NBA conversation. He's coachable, competitive, and fully aware of the areas where he still needs to grow. A glimpse of what's possible. Although Bronny didn't log heavy minutes during the 2024-25 NBA regular season, he made the most of the moments he did get. One performance in particular stood out, a March matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks. With the Lakers shorthanded, Bronny saw extended run and responded with his best game yet, 17 points, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Reflecting on his rookie year, Bronny pointed to that night as a personal high point, not just because of the numbers, but because it showed him and the coaching staff that he could step up when called upon. There's still a long road ahead. But Bronny James isn't trying to skip steps. He's embracing the grind, focusing on what he can control, and doing the work to grow into a player who can impact games on both ends of the floor. If his trajectory continues upward, the Lakers, and the league, might just be witnessing the early stages of something far bigger than a famous last name. Confidence building, one game at a time. For Bronny James, the March game against Milwaukee wasn't just a standout performance on the stat sheet, it was a psychological turning point. On a big stage, against a playoff-caliber opponent, he stepped in without hesitation and played with poise well beyond his years. It was the kind of moment that earns a young player respect in the locker room, and a second look from the coaching staff. That game also reinforced what scouts had long believed. Bronny's feel for the game is real. His basketball IQ, defensive instincts, and ability to stay composed under pressure are not typical for a rookie, let alone one who came into the league under immense public scrutiny and with limited college experience due to health setbacks. But it's not just about one game. It's about how he responded to it. Rather than celebrate or coast on the attention that followed, Bronny has quietly gone back to work, locking in on the areas that still need refinement and using every opportunity this offseason to grow. Summer League as a launch pad, not a verdict. The 2025 Summer League gave Bronny the controlled reps he needed. It also gave the Lakers more clarity on what they have in him, not just a player with potential, but one with discipline and patience. That matters, especially for a team that's recalibrating under a new coaching staff and reimagining its rotation. J.J. Redick, now heading into his first full season as head coach, has spoken openly about valuing basketball intelligence, defensive accountability, and unselfish play, 3 traits Bronny already shows in spurts. While Redick hasn't made any public guarantees regarding Bronny's role, there's a growing sense that the rookie could be trusted with select minutes if he continues to trend upward during training camp and preseason. Assistant coach Nate McMillan, known for his player development work with young guards, has been hands-on in Bronny's progression. According to internal reports, McMillan has been impressed with Bronny's defensive motor and willingness to take feedback, especially in film sessions where small reads and spacing adjustments are crucial. A name that draws attention, a work ethic that commands respect. Being the son of LeBron James brings both opportunity and scrutiny. Every move Bronny makes, every mistake, every highlight, is magnified. But what's become increasingly clear is that Bronny is carving out his own path, not trying to replicate someone else's. He's not seeking headlines. He's seeking minutes. He's not performing for cameras. He's performing for coaches. And that distinction is starting to be felt within the Lakers organization. Multiple veterans have noted Bronny's quiet maturity and his ability to stay in his lane, a phrase often used in NBA locker rooms to describe rookies who understand their role, put in the work, and don't try to force themselves into the spotlight before they're ready. The road ahead, training camp, preseason, and earning trust. Looking ahead, the next 2 months are pivotal. With training camp around the corner, Bronny will have another chance to show how much he's improved since Las Vegas. Preseason games could offer more extended minutes, especially if veterans are rested, and those moments will be critical for building trust with Redick and the coaching staff. The Lakers don't need Bronny to be a star right now. They need him to be solid, smart, and situationally aware, a young guard who can give them reliable energy off the bench, defend at a high level, and make the right decisions in limited minutes. And if he continues to develop his ball handling and playmaking, there's reason to believe his role could grow sooner than expected.